What is going on, guys? Vortic Gaming here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Rise of TNA. I know it's been a while again. I apologise. I've just been so busy with work and everything, and you have to be in the right mindset as well, I personally feel, to play TW, which not really been in. I've never really found myself in the right kind of attitude to book a show. But tonight, I just thought, you know what? We're just going to do it. We're going to finish booking this show. We're going to get it recorded. We're going to edit it. We're going to upload it. We're going to book the pay-per-view. We're going to edit it, upload it. Bang. 2 videos. Going to be out in the next few days. So, a couple of days after this one. Probably be a TNA Lockdown. But anyway, on to today's episode. And today's show, Impact Wrestling. I'm not 100% sure where we are. Let's have a gander. I don't want to be in the southeast. Oh no, I do want to be in the southeast. I want to be in the southeast. 3,443 fans expected. I don't feel like we do that well in the southeast. The GA Macon Coliseum's only like 3,000, isn't it? Oh, 7,000. Oh, it's the City Auditorium we're at. 2,600. We'll go with it. Yeah, why not? There we go. We're in the City Auditorium. Let's get into the show. Right then, so couple of dark matches, obviously, to start the show. So Christopher Daniels beats Doug Williams. Great chemistry. Only a 64C. No worker improvements. Quite a few penalties. Okay, fair enough. Hassan Benjamin versus the Revolution. The Revolution defeat Hassan Benjamin in a 68C plus. No worker improvements. 58C minus. Velvet Sky defeats Caitlyn. 52D plus. Magnus defeats Eddie Edwards and Noam Dar. This isn't great, is it? 78B. That's a bit better. Kurt Angle defeats Drew Galloway in 8 minutes, which is good. That's good. And 62C, EY and Samoa Joe defeat Manic and Sanada. Right, pre-show. Bobby Roode is shown arriving at the arena and looks pissed off. Will he be looking for revenge on MVP and the BDC following last week's attacks? Questions. 64C. Moving on. So the show opens with the cameras panning over various sections of the crowd before returning to the announce table, where we see Jim Ross, Mike Tenay and Taz, who introduce everyone to the show. JR says, "Hello everybody and welcome to what is sure to be an action-packed episode of Wednesday Night Impact. Tonight we expect to hear from Bobby Roode following his defeat to the leader of the BDC, MVP. We also have an announcement that James Storm will call out Samoa Joe tonight. What does the Cowboy want with the Can't talk. What does the Cowboy want with the Samoan submission machine? We'll find out tonight on Impact Wrestling." So there we go. There's that. Not brilliant. Not a great rating, to be honest. 56C minus again. Jeremy Borash is in the interview area with Drew Galloway. JB asks Galloway about his arrival in TNA and why he attacks people, and then Galloway chuckles before answering. He says, "JB, I think it's obvious that I'm a breath of fresh air in TNA. There's no one as dangerous as me. My ironclad contract ensures that I can do what I like, when I like, and there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. Here, let me show you." Galloway then attacks JB, future shocking him onto the concrete. Chat shit, get bunced. 64C, Samoa Joe approaches EY backstage and begins to ask him about loyalty. He says, "Look, EY, I've known you a long time. I feel as though I should be able to trust you, but I felt the same way about Loki, and look what happened there. I need to know that I can trust you, Eric. I need someone to watch my back out there. Ewan then says, Joe, you're right. You have known me a long time and I've always considered you a friend. But we both know that you can trust me. Loki was after one thing, and that was making sure that his X Division title was safe. Well, I don't think he was X Division champion when he joined the Revolution. Oh, God. Well, okay. Believe me, I'm on your side, Joe. I want to help you regain the X Division title. So there we go. That's that. Wow, that's a bloody good match, isn't it? 72 B-. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Johnny Gargano defeated Mr. Anderson in 9 minutes by pinfall following interference from Magnus. No worker skills improved. Very good. 49D+, the cameras head backstage where we'd find Truth Martini stood with Ricochet, who were looking very smug with themselves following last week's betrayal on Jay Lethal by Martini. Martini says, ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you is the brightest star in TNA. Forget Adam Cole, forget Drew Galloway, and most definitely forget Jay Lethal. This is Ricochet. This is your future TNA World Heavyweight Champion and your current TNA Television Champion. Forget everything you ever knew about professional wrestling, people, because you're about to learn a whole new truth. Is that it? That's it. Rubbish rating, though. Rubbish rating. 64C. James Storm and Loki make their ways down to the ring, Loki wearing a bandage around his head following the attack from Samoa Joe last week. Storm grabs a mic and looks pissed off. He says, Samoa Joe, I've had just about enough of your interfering in our business, so let's settle this here and now. Get your ass down here. Samoa Joe makes his way out after a moment of silence and is shortly followed by Eric Young. He says, Storm, you and your goons stole my title from me. Let's go. Joe and EY run to the ring and the four men begin to brawl. Very, very inventive. So, the return of Desmond Wolfe. Not seen him in a while. James Storm and Loki are gaining the upper hand when Desmond Wolfe's music hits, and the previously missing general manager makes his way out to the top of the ramp, much to Storm's amazement. If you don't remember, basically the Revolution kidnapped Desmond Wolfe. That's basically how I got out of the whole Abyss out for a year with the concussion thing. A year for a concussion, I still can't work it out. Wolf gets everyone's attention and plays to the crowd for a little bit before explaining how he escaped Abyss, and then turns his attention to the situation between the Revolution and Samoa Joe. Wolf says, now obviously we can't have this happening each and every week. Therefore, this Sunday at TNA Lockdown in the 6 Sides of Steel, there'll be a tag team match. It'll be the Revolution's James Storm and Loki versus Samoa Joe and Eric Young. Now, to make it a little more interesting, we're going to raise the stakes. If Samoa Joe and Eric Young win, then the Revolution must disband. However, if the Revolution win, Samoa Joe and Eric Young must join the Revolution. Good luck. Desmond Wolfe leaves, leaving the 4 men in a stare-down. Will the Revolution have 2 new members come Sunday night? 60C. $52D+. This isn't going very well, is it? So Drew Galloway is walking backstage, threatening to punch backroom staff as he walks past, when he's jumped from behind by Eddie Edwards. Edwards throws some kicks to the gut before speaking to Galloway. He says, not so funny now, Drew, is it? Me, you, this Sunday, inside the steel. Edwards delivers one more kick for good measure before leaving. So there we go. Is that booked in? I feel like that should already be booked in. It is booked in. Okay, fair enough. So 66C+, just a random match. This literally is just a random match. Nothing worthwhile is happening here. So in a match that had some good action and average heat, Adam Cole defeats Kenny King in 9:41 by pinfall with a Florida key. And that got 66C+. No worker improvements, that's annoying. 62C. Bobby Roode is walking backstage when the cameraman asks him how he's feeling. Roode says, oh my god, I can't talk. Roode says, how do I feel? Look at me. Take a wild guess. Now get that camera out of my face. Roode pushes the cameraman and the shot ends with the camera on its side watching Roode storm off. So yeah, Bobby Roode's pissed, man. Bobby Roode is pissed. Right. Brown makes his way out to the ring, looking angry as always. because it's Bram. He grabs a mic and begins to brag about his wins over Crimson and Adam Cole in recent weeks. He then challenges any past member of the TNA roster to a match of their choosing at Lockdown. He says, "Seeing as though no one here can beat me, I can challenge any past member of the TNA roster to face me this Sunday at TNA Lockdown. Oh, and because I'm such a nice person, I'll let you choose the match that I'm going to beat you in." Bram starts laughing in the middle of the ring when the lights go out. A graphic then comes on the screen with 3 simple words. Get the tables. Get the tables. I think we know who it is. I feel that may have been a giveaway. Oh dear. Desmond Wolfe walks into Eve's office looking around with interest as Eve is packing her things, because obviously she's acting GM, and now Desmond Wolfe's back. So, there you go. He says, "Well, Eve, you certainly made yourself at home, didn't you? Although saying that, I vanished, no word, nothing, I was just gone. Still have to thank James Storm for that. Speaking of which, I'm very happy with the way you've dealt with the whole situation. For that reason, I'd like you to stop packing. I want you to be my assistant general manager. Have a think about it, yeah?" Wolf winks at Eve before turning around and leaving the office, with Eve looking confused, holding a half-full cardboard box. So Desmond Wolfe wants an assistant manager, basically. Right, backstage segment. Red Dragon has stood backstage holding replica TNA World Tag Team Championship belts. Fish says, "This Sunday, me and my brother Kyle O'Reilly face the Briscoes for the World Tag Team titles, but it isn't Sunday yet. Tonight, we face the Briscoes and Jay Lethal in a 6-man tag." O'Reilly then says, "That's right, my brother, and tonight we not only get the chance to beat the Briscoes, we get a chance to hurt the Briscoes, and boy are we gonna hurt them." Red Dragon then dropped the replica belts on the floor before leaving. 71C+. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Tara defeated Melissa in 5 minutes when Melissa was disqualified when Gail Kim ran in and attacked Tara. 71C+, which isn't too bad for a knockouts match, to be fair. 67C+. Gail Kim continues to attack Tara as the referee calls for the bell to end the match. Kim seems to have finally snapped following the almost weekly attacks by Tara and has retaliated. Kim then grabs a mic and she says, "I've had enough, Tara. I've had enough of continuously looking over my shoulder wondering when the next attack is coming. Well, no more. This Sunday I will finish you once and for all." So let's get that booked in for Lockdown. Single Diva, Gail Kim versus Tara. They should actually have a decent match. I've tried it a couple of times in the pre-shows, you may remember, and it came out quite decent. Oh no, I'm going to have to change all these because they're all supposed to be steel cage matches, but oh well. Right, 67C+. Anderson walks into the locker room and asks out for Eric Young. When no one responds, he goes to turn around when he's jumped by Magnus. Magnus beats down on Anderson before throwing him through the toilet stalls. He says, "Not so smart now, are you, Anderson? This Sunday, I want you in a steel cage. Can't wait to bash your skull in some more." Magnus then laughs as he walks off as officials begin to check on Anderson. Not 100% sure why Anderson wants Eric Young, but there we go. That happened. 67C+. Not brilliant. That's a bit better. In a match that has some good action and average heat, Ricochet and Red Dragon defeated Jay Lethal and the Briscoes when Ricochet defeated Mark Briscoe by pinfall after a distraction from Truth Martini. And there we go. Any work improvements? No. 57C-. Ricochet and Red Dragon celebrate in ring as JR puts them over on commentary. He says, "Well, I don't exactly agree with the way they won, but the fact is they did. Ricochet and Red Dragon take the advantage over Jay Lethal and the Briscoes going into Lockdown. It looks like they could be walking away with both titles as well. Mike Tenay has a dreadfully stale character. Interesting." 66C+. Eve Torres is walking around backstage looking for Gail Kim when she bumps into her. Eve begins to ask questions about Gail's actions earlier in the night. She says, "Gail, what the hell just happened? You can't just go out there and attack someone. As Knockouts champion, you're supposed to set an example to the rest of the locker room, Attacking people from behind is not a good example, Gail. Not at all. Go home, get rested. This Sunday at Lockdown, you'll face Tara for the Knockouts Championship in 6 Sides of Steel. After that, we need to talk. Eve storms off, leaving Gail looking more pissed off than before. Everyone's pissed off this week. It's a good week to have a pay-per-view. The return of Chris Sabin. Bobby Roode makes his way out to the ring, his ribs still taped up following last week's attacks from MVP and the BDC. He grabs the mic and begins to talk about what happened last week, issuing an open challenge. He says, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm pretty pissed off. I'm in a bad mood and I want to fight. So how about it? I'm issuing a challenge for anyone in the back who thinks they can beat me. Get out here now. After a few seconds of silence, some unknown music plays, and shortly after, Chris Sabin walks out. Sabin runs down to the ring and they begin to brawl as the referee rings the bell. So there we go, Chris Sabin and Bobby Roode. Come on, the match. The match. I'll take that. So in a bout that featured great action and a good crowd, Chris Sabin defeated Bobby Roode in 17 minutes by pinfall following interference from Alex Shelley. Roode and Sabin have great chemistry. Oh, well, that's good news, because I'm planning a feud between Roode and the Motor City Machine Guns. So, there we go. After the match, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley celebrate in the ring. They take the celebration way too far, healing it up and going entirely overboard. So there we go. Bobby Roode is shown backstage smashing and throwing things following his defeat to Chris Sabin after the distraction by Alex Shelley. A potential future heel turn for Bobby Roode was hinted at. Really? Was it? When did I do that? Oh god. What's going on? Right, now, I may have got a little bit confused at this. Yeah, I got a little bit confused right in this angle, because it's been that long since I actually played it that I forgot who my world champion was. I thought it was MVP. Watched the last episode back. Apparently it's Kurt Angle. Oh, no, hang on. Oh my god, I actually can't remember. I actually don't know. We're just going to pretend. In fact, no, it is Kurt Angle, because I went to book this show and Kurt Angle was in the pre-show, wasn't it? And it asked me to put the world title online. So anyway, let's just pretend that MVP doesn't have a title. Let's just pretend that he's not walking out with the title. So the Beatdown Clan's music hits and MVP makes his way down to the ring, notably by himself, without the TNA World Heavyweight Championship over his shoulder. He begins to talk about his match against Kurt Angle, hyping Lockdown's main event. He says, this Sunday at TNA Lockdown, I will face Kurt Angle for the last time. This Sunday, me and old Kurt will be locked inside the 6 Sides of Steel. And this Sunday, I will beat Kurt Angle. Again. After I finish with Kurt Angle, he'll never want to challenge me ever again. MVP holds his title in the air, laughing as the show closes. So there we go. Nice little segment to finish the show, and the rating is a 73B. That's good. That's good. The matches towards the end saved it. So this show increased our popularity in 22 regions, and it lost its popularity in one region. That's the Tri-State region, because for some reason the Tri-State region, where we've got like 80... Yeah, I don't know. But there we go. I shall see you in 2 ticks. Right, emails. We have emails. Let's find out what the show rating was. It was a 3.04. That's up from last week's 2.85. That's good. I like a 3.04. That's nice. And on TEW 2016, we're going to be able to see exactly how many people that was, which I think is a fantastic little feature. So, there we go. Next show, TNA Explosion. Forgot about that one. That's just going to be a load of random matches like it normally is. And then we have TNA Lockdown. So, I will see you at TNA Lockdown. In terms of the roster, it's pretty big, actually. I do need to send... Who was it I was going to send to development? Rebel. She can go to developmental to develop her. It's a shame you don't just have in-ring skills. I suppose Rumble. In fact, no, we'll just develop overall skills. There we go. Right, she's gone down to TDW, Total Developmental Wrestling. That's all I could think of. So there we go. Jeff Hardy returns in a week, which is good, or 5 days, should I say. So we could use him from now on as well. Low-key has morale issues because I think it's because I keep scripting him, but he's not very good at... Oh, go away. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. If you like the video, then please leave a like and let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Keep your eyes posted for TNA Lockdown. That should be out in a couple of days. Hopefully, if I'm in the mood to actually book it. I've got the show half written. I've half written it on a Word document, so it shouldn't take too long to write the other half. I'm probably gonna do it when I finish recording this, actually. So I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna write Lockdown. So I shall see you in the next episode. Peace.